What is going on, everybody? I am here on the mean, cold streets of Bronx, New York. I am coming back from an appointment with my chiropractor, and I'm just walking back. You might wonder what this has to do with War of the Visions, but I'll tell you exactly what it has to do. Right now, we have Trials of Reckoning going on this week, and what that means is that, like, a lot of people feel like they have to be grinding on their phone the whole time, and it's a chore, it's such a chore to do. But I'm actually playing Trials of Reckoning right now, technically. I don't have my phone playing the game, but my BlueStacks is at home playing the game for me. So that's kind of what I wanted to talk about. So basically, yeah, like I just said, Trials of Reckoning has always been an annoying thing to have to do. That's kind of how I used to feel about it. But now, ever since they've been giving us our free energy, it's become a whole lot easier to do. So, you know, there's pluses and minuses to this. You know, I do love getting the free energy, and I'm like really dark right now. I do love getting the free energy, but the one thing that I don't really like is the fact that you have to get it at certain times of the day. Same way we have to do our summons, our video summons and our free summons. So it kind of makes me feel pressured to have to check back every time to get it done before a certain time and all that stuff. But overall, though, I think it's a really good thing that we're getting that free energy. So kind of what I wanted to say about the Trials of Reckoning is that I've found in the last 2 times that we've had it, that aside from the energy, the free energy that we get, I really don't end up spending much more than that. And I usually am able to get the 63 recipes that I need for the item. So that's basically what I wanted to point out, is if you can just grind it out and make use of your free energy. So I'm talking about the 300 that we get 3 times a day, and then also the 500 that we get once a day. So if you're able to do all that energy and run your Trials of Reckoning with that energy, you should have no problem completing Trials of Reckoning. All right, so let me get into it a little bit and bring up the actual Trials of Reckoning here. So what you want to do is you're going to run through all the normal missions, all the hard missions. You're going to do all of those one time each, at least, just to get through them. You want to make sure that you get all 5 stars. Repeat the missions if you have to and get all 5 stars. And then you're going to go into your events tab in the missions, and you're going to have to do each mission like 3 times just to get your rewards from the event tab and stuff. So really the only thing that you have to watch out for is the hard mission 4 and 5. You gotta make sure to do them 3 times a day each. Not only is that gonna really help you get all the boss medals that you need for the event, but you have to also, I think the event tab is either 9 or 10 times that you have to do those missions. So you have to make sure you do them on a daily basis, because otherwise you can't like wait for the last day and say, oh crap, I need to finish all of them right now. You have to kind of do them over time. So that's pretty much it in terms of that. All right, so now that we're done with that explanation of how Trials of Reckonings work, let me show you how I do my BlueStacks. So I kind of play multiple games. Let me just stop here. I kind of play multiple gacha games. So it gets to the point where I need to grind for more than 1 game at a time. The way I end up doing that is I'll take 1 game on my phone, and then I'll take 1 game on BlueStacks. But there's certain times where I actually want to use my phone for other stuff. So instead of just using my phone, what I'll do is I'll actually set up 2 copies of BlueStacks. And usually the easiest way for me to do that is I'll remote into my work computer, and I could just run War of the Visions there, because you don't really have to pay too much attention to it, and you just set it up on repeat. And then I'll run one of my other games on my main computer at home, because my home computer has everything installed. I'm a little crazy and I play a little too many free-to-play games. So what I also end up doing is I might sometimes run War of the Visions on my work computer remotely, and then I'll run one of my other games, even my JP version of War of the Visions, because sometimes I just let it grind. I'll run that on my main computer. And then what I also do is I also have a Mac. And basically that MacBook does not have much hard drive space on it, so I only have one game installed on it. So I basically only play that one game on the MacBook, the King of Fighters All-Stars. I know some people have difficulty setting up BlueStacks or have issues with BlueStacks, but I've actually found like my work computer is pretty crappy and my MacBook is actually pretty crappy as well, but I've actually been finding that they are actually pretty good for farming. So I think the key thing, and I've tried different things with BlueStacks and I've had different issues with BlueStacks, but the key thing for me is you got to make sure you have 64-bit BlueStacks. So on the MacBook, it actually doesn't support BlueStacks 5. They haven't created a Mac version of it yet. So I'm actually using BlueStacks 4, and it seems to work pretty well. Like, just make sure you download the 64-bit version from the website, directly from the website. Don't do the instance manager, that is annoying. And then for my PCs at home and at work, what I actually do is I run, there's some people here. What I actually do is I run BlueStacks 5, because obviously Windows supports BlueStacks 5. If you get the 64-bit version of BlueStacks, I mean, it does crash every once in a while, but I think that's more so because my computers are just like, the hard drives are full and the RAM is not so great, so they end up having issues with allocating memory or whatever it is. But in general, I can, like right now, I'm fairly confident that when I get home, I put like 600 energy into my Trials of Reckoning. Pretty sure that when I get home, it's going to be empty and I won't have, I won't have to worry about it. All right, so that's pretty much what I wanted to say about that. So I'm going to get home right now and we're going to talk about the bosses and how we're going to do the boss battles for this. Okay, everybody, I'm back home. And I just wanted to add one thing, is that I'm going to be doing the grinding here on hard 3. That's what I recommend. You can do normal 5 too as well if you want your energy to go a little bit further. But I think the key thing here is that we just want to get done. That's kind of my key thing. Yeah, maybe I want to get some extra recipes too. That's something I can deal with. So you should be able to finish this in the first week. And this does actually afford you some space to try out the boss a few times and, kind of figure out what your best team, the best tuning to your team. It should give you like 10, 20 extra runs, maybe not 20, maybe like 10 to 15 extra runs, just so you could figure that out. And then also the rewards up here, you should be able, I'm actually almost already done, so you should be able to get these rewards with just free energy. And then one other thing I wanted to mention is in terms of the box, basically the box event. Make sure that when you do tier 2, make sure that you at least get this Prompto's wristband +2, because that is very important. That's gonna save you 2, 4, like maybe that's not too many. Maybe that's like either 3 or 7. Can't do math right now. But usually, aside from that, I think as soon as you get the main item, you just want to skip and then worry about getting all the other stuff on the last tier, basically, because the last tier is gonna have everything in it. The only other thing I would say is once you get to the last tier, you have to fully clear out the box before you can reset again. So that might be the only thing. So you maybe when you get to tier 4, you might want to get all the recipes in this box and then reset and then work on the last tier, and then once you're fully cleared out the box, then you can reset. Okay, so in terms of the boss battle, you know, it's kind of the same thing. Just make sure you get your 5 stars here, and then make sure you get your high score if possible. Might not be possible, but try to do that if you can. So what I have done is I actually came up with a free-to-play friendly / available team. This should be available to most free-to-play players. Of course, we have Prompto, which is going to be our limited unit. But in terms of everyone else is a regular unit, non-limited. The only thing crazy I have here is Venera. She doesn't really have to be EX'd. All you need her to have is Armor Cleaver, so that way you can lower the opponent's defense. So basically what I did here was I kind of looked at the bonus units. You don't always want to go with all the bonus units. That might not be the best score that you get. So what I kind of decided to do was to go with a dark team so that at least they can, you know, get the chain bonuses, right? So I think Prompto is going to be your main guy here, and my Prompto isn't even level 75, or he is level 75. He isn't 99 yet. He's not even 89 yet. So, the other thing too is my VCs are not really fully maxed. My Diablos is not even level 40 apparently. The MR ones are probably going to be maxed. I went with this one, but I think I would actually also put the Vow of Love on Garvel, because I feel like he can probably take some of that damage, but I wanted to put the Black Witch on him just to give him that magic stat. And my Titan is 85. So pretty much I think everything else though should be pretty maxed. So the thing with my Prompto here, he's not even fully awakened, so he doesn't even have like all his skills. But I think the main skill that you want is Gravisphere is good for taking out I think they're bombs on the right side or they're wolves on the right side. It's pretty good for that. Once I made this team, I haven't been able to get him to actually hit both wolves, but he was doing it at one point. So we're going to see if he does it now when we do the run. Star Shell, again, he was using this before, but he kind of stopped. Star Shell is also going to lower the defense of the opponent, of the boss. Maybe I should just turn some of these off. I'm just gonna leave it like that because I know this. I already know this is gonna win. Everything else, try to max out everything else as much as you can. I think I have them on job level 11 or 12. I ran out of yellow memory, so I kind of just stopped there. And then the other thing for Shadow Lynx, I do like her in this actually. She has, what's it called? Night Veil. And what that does is that it'll blind the boss, and actually that will cause it to miss. So that is actually really good. Rairu also has Shadow Blackout. Actually, do I even have that enabled? I have that enabled. If that lands, that also causes blind. I haven't seen him do it yet, so you know, hasn't really worked. So let's just get into it. So what you want to do is you want to try to get at least close to 5,000 if you can. I still haven't fully optimized this yet. Obviously, my Prompto is still not really fully maxed out. I'm just looking for a few Awakening Prisms to finish him off. Don't remember Venera moving to the side like that, but I might have to turn off her Holy Knight's Cheer. And okay, so this is actually not even working all that great. Prompto and Rairu are just going to end up taking extra turns with these wolves on the right here. But what I kind of would want to happen is for Prompto to kind of go to the right and use Gravisphere, and he should be able to kill both of them at the same time. We have kind of Garvel here doing double kills on the left side here. And then it's kind of just a matter of finishing off the ads. And they will kind of just get caught up in AoE attacks. And right there you see the blind on the MAX. And then pretty much he's not going to really be able to do much damage. I think the one thing I worry about on this team is Shadow Lynx, because if she does get hit by the MAX, she can get killed and then we lose some attacks. But other than that, I think this should go pretty decently. And it looks like it didn't even attack that last turn. Yeah, you can see all the misses there. Shadow Lynx is going to be hard to hit because she's actually like high speed, high evasion, I guess. So yeah, other than that, Venera's going to get in there and do the armor cleaver. Prompto actually has armor cleaver, so you might want to try setting that up too, and you only have to be Awakening 5 for that. But you know, this seems to be going pretty well. Really, the only thing I worry about here is Shadow Lynx dying, and I think I'll be able to fix that once I get Prompto a little stronger. Maybe if I could get my Diablos card a little bit stronger. You know, it's just a matter of optimizing here. And that's pretty much it. So let's just watch this end. It's pretty much done. We have 14 turns left. I'm not super concerned right now about the elemental chains and whatnot. I'm just trying to get this to finish, and that's pretty much it. And let's see what kind of score we get. 3,800. It can do better. I've gone up to 4335, as you can see there. And then what you want to do is just optimize this. Maybe move the characters around to see what they do. Turn off Holy Knight's Cheer on Venera, because for some reason she decided to move to the right. I kind of want her to stick to the left. And then maybe stop Prompto from turn off his buff so that he doesn't move to the left and Ryru doesn't move to the left. So pretty much that's just a minimal team. Eventually I'll probably get this better, this team better, or I'll probably switch to another team. MAX is weak to fire, so I might switch to my fire team. I'll probably just post another video of a higher score team going on. So that's pretty much it, guys. That's kind of my guide, my mindset for going through Trials of Reckoning. I should be pretty good to go in about a week and have the 63 recipes, but we have another week of buffer to be able to finish that. And if anything, just throw in a few more potions. But I think you should be able to do this if you hit all your free energies. And I know it's a little hard to get all the energies, so last raid I missed a bunch of those, you know, the first one of the day or the second one of the day. But I think if you do that, just throw in some potions, and those are really helpful so you don't have to waste as many potions, is pretty much what I'm trying to get at. Alright guys, so that's going to be pretty much it for me. I hope that wasn't too long. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Peace.